Hello, I am Parperway, and I am going to show you how to make this 4x4 piston door. So to operate it, you simply press a button, and the door will open. Looks pretty cool. And to close it, you do the same. Now, this door, as with most things of this nature, it only works on Java Edition, because Bedrock Edition is bad for redstone. There are a few things that differentiate this door from most doors of this type. Although it looks pretty big here, it's relatively thin compared to most 4x4 piston doors. It's only 3 blocks thick at its widest, which makes it good for places where you need it to be thin, I guess. It also does not have any showing redstone components. You could walk through it when it's open and not even know that it's there. So, to start off, you're going to need, for the 4x4 area, to make your door, you're going to need 9 blocks clear to the right, 9 blocks clear to the left, 6 blocks at the top, and 6 blocks at the bottom. And then you're also going to need, 1 block on either side. And that's about it. Now, you might be saying, wait a minute, looks like there's more than 3 blocks thick here at the bottom. Well, that's because A, it's at the bottom and no one cares, and B, you can make it thinner, but I have the special cool stuff for the buttons, because I think that buttons look better than levers or pressure plates. You could use pressure plates, or tripwire. You could use any of those things, but you'd have to rework some of the redstone. Using levers would actually make it simpler. So to get started, if you want to build this in survival mode, here's the supplies you're going to need. You're going to need 120 observers, so 64 and 56, which might seem like, wow, that's a lot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to build this. That's a lot of quartz, but it's only really a stack and a half of quartz, or not a stack and a half, but a stack and 56 of quartz, maybe 3-4 stacks of redstone dust, and most people have those things. Quartz is very easy to get, especially if you have a fortune pickaxe, so it's not that difficult. You need 4 movable blocks, doesn't have to be obsidian, 22 redstone repeaters, 32 redstone dust, 4 redstone blocks, 28 sticky pistons, 2 regular pistons, 2 redstone torches, 4 buttons, and some blocks of your choice. I think you need more than 64, it doesn't have to be iron. Iron is like the standard for making doors, but it can really be anything. Then you need 2 droppers. Now, some of these numbers, especially the buttons, are subject to change depending on what type of system you use to open and close the door. The system I have here will work exactly the same with pressure plates, but if you're using a lever or a tripwire hook, then you need, some different kind of thing. Never actually seen anyone use a tripwire hook in real life. So, this door, it isn't the fastest door in the market, but, it's quicker than some, I guess. It's really cool to listen to. To be honest, I just wanted to see it go again. So now I'm gonna start building it for you to see. So we're gonna build it right next to the other one. Remember, we're gonna need 6 blocks down here, and then this is the 4x4 area that's going to be our door. So, last time I made a complicated video, I color-coded things, but you really can't color-code these because it's basically all observers, so I'm not going to. So, we're going to start out by placing in all the pistons. So you're going to want 4 pistons going across the bottom, and similarly, 4 pistons going across the top. But that's 5 blocks, but whatever. Then you're going to want another piston. All these are sticky, by the way. You're going to want pistons like this. This is the standard design for 4x4 piston doors, by the way. And then you're going to come back a couple blocks here and have 2 pistons on either side, like so. So, oh, one more thing about this door, it's completely left-right symmetrical. So this side, the same thing as this side. So I'll only be doing the tutorial for one side, because you can just copy that to the other side. You know, watch it again while you're building the other side, I guess. You know, twice as much fiber away. It's pretty good. So I'm gonna do the starting mechanism first, because arguably that's the most important part. You're just going to have 2 redstone blocks here with pistons. Then you're going to want some blocks right here, 3 on either side, like this. Then you want redstone dust on top of them. Oops. And then repeaters on either side, and they're going to run into sticky pistons that are down here with blocks on top of them. There's going to be more repeaters. Both those are set to 1 tick. So that's the starting mechanism, I guess. And then if you want to be able to close the door on the other side, I guess you could you could put this door on a timer so it automatically closes. That would require a bit of different wiring, but I'm not going to show you how to do that today because you people are smart. You could figure that out yourselves. I could too. I'm not. It's not to say that I'm too dumb to do it. I just don't feel like it. You want the exact same thing on this side. The blocks and the repeaters, the redstone dust, and the redstone blocks above. This, of course, is the floor level right here. Oops. So the next thing you want to do is you want to have your observers coming out of this. You're going to need observers observing this, and then going into this piston, and then you're going to need observers observing this observer, and going into these pistons, right into the heart and soul of them. So then you want to come from this bit of dust here. You want to go 4 observers coming out like this, and of course I'm only going to do this side. And then coming up 3. So you're going to have 7 observers in total. You're going to want to get your redstone dust, and you're going to put it on top of this. And then you're going to want to have a observer facing down like this. You're going to have 3 of them. After you place those 3, you just want another observer back here. It's going to come across, and it's going to go up right into this piston. You want redstone dust on top of this observer as well. So, now that, by the way, I'm going to remove these blocks for the time being until this door is completely finished being constructed. Then you're just going to want any old block right here with a redstone repeater set to 4 ticks. And then an observer facing upwards. And that is going to, when you say this observer, it's going to make that go like that. When you put it back, it's going to make it go like this. And that's basically the basis for this door. So, the next thing you want to do is you're going to want to get yourself another observer. You're going to want 2 of them. You're going to go back 1, 2. Then you're going to have a sticky piston and 2 blocks below it. Then you're going to want 2 blocks right here coming off of this second observer. You're going to want a redstone torch and a redstone repeater. So then you're going to want blocks here. I think you could replace that repeater with a dust if you so desired, but whatever. You go blocks here, and blocks here like that. So you have a little bit of a square, but not completely. And then you're going to want 3 repeaters, all set to 4 ticks on this. And finally, you're going to want a piston, and then a final repeater set to 1 tick. So you're going to want 5 observers coming up, observing this repeater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 going across. And then you're going to want a little bit of a U shape right here. You're going to want a repeater right here, set to 2 ticks. And that's basically what's going to make it go out and grab the blocks that are here eventually. And of course this bit is logic to prevent it from grabbing the blocks when you're trying to open the door. Then you're going to want another observer on top of this observer, observing this observer, going back to, going across, and down, and then running into the heart and soul of this piston. You're just going to want to come across, 1, 2, like this, come out, and go across. Then you're just going to want your iron blocks, or whatever blocks right here. And, yeah, that's about it. That's the double piston extender completely done. The next thing you want to do is you need to put 2 observers coming out of this observer, and then come up 6 observers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're just going to come across 2 more, and then you have a block. On top of said block you want a redstone dust, and then you're going to want an observer facing downwards right here, and a regular piston that isn't sticky going across like this. Then you're going to a repeater set to 4 ticks, and that's all. Your repeater set to 4 ticks makes this done. The next thing you should do is you should put 3 observers coming up from this redstone dust, and you're going to have, well, you're going to have 3 more blocks and redstone dust on top of all these, and then just an observer facing this way, and 3 more observers running into this piston. Then you have an observer coming out like this, and your dropper right here, then observers coming down from both the dropper and this observer powering this piston. And that's it. That's what you need for one side of the door. Then you just do the exact same thing on the other side, and yeah, that's this door all completely completed. I might have messed something up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly time-lapse myself building the other side of the door, and then the door will be completed, I guess. Well, not I guess, I know it will be completed. There's one bit I forgot. You're gonna want to take your immovable blocks and you put them, well, demonstrate on the side we all completed, under all the blocks that are under this piston here, and over all the blocks over this piston here. Because if you don't do that, things might break. So you should do that. Don't have to be obsidian, could be like the barrels. I think they're the best looking immovable blocks. Alright, I'm back. Door is complete. So, I'm going to fill in the blocks down here. Now, as you notice, this block right here is down, and it can move up because of this piston, and same on this side. So, if the block is down, you're going to want to have the blocks out like this, all along the edges. And if the block is up, then you're going to want to put all the blocks in the middle instead of on the outside, so fill in this bit instead of these bits. But, or you could just move the blocks. I like to always start with them down, so make sure you have that correct, otherwise things are gonna break. Kinda like a T flip-flop, but not exactly. So, this door should work perfectly. And there you go. If you want to impress people, this is the door for you. Or you could use a different, more impressing door, I guess. If you enjoyed this content, there is more enjoyable content to be had if you subscribe. And thanks for watching. Bye.